Okay, welcome to tonight's presentation. I'm going to share my screen. We are going to be learning tonight about mason jar meals, which I am definitely a self-professed mason jar addict, so this is right up my alley. A little bit about me. My name is Jenn Holdman. I'm a mom. I'm a speech language pathologist. I'm an online health and fitness coach. I am a busy, busy lady, so mason jar salads, since I found them about 8 or 9 months ago, they have seriously rocked my world and made following a health and nutrition plan so much easier for me because I am able to prep my entire week's worth of meals in one sitting, which is awesome. So here's just some contact information for me, my email. You can definitely like my Facebook page. It's just Jennholdmanfitness. You go on Facebook, and I do run a free healthy recipe group on Facebook. So if you'd like to be added to that, you just have to send me a friend request and just send me a message saying hey, add me, and I will be more than happy to do that. Okay, so just before we get started, if you could possibly, there's a little microphone symbol next to you. If you could mute yourself. If not, I can mute you as well, just so there's no background noise. Let's see, let me just do that. Okay, perfect. So we are going to get started. So I'm going to be showing you some recipes tonight. All the recipes I'm going to be showing you are on my Pinterest board. So to find me on Pinterest, you can follow this link here, or just type in Jennholdmanfitness on Pinterest, and one of my boards is called Mason Jar Meals. The recipes are super easy to follow. There are tons of different options, so definitely take some time and go through them because I'm sure there's literally something for everyone. So during tonight's presentation, we're going to chat about mason jar salads and overnight oats. There are other things that you can make in mason jars, but those are my two favorites, and I haven't really ventured out past those two yet, but I'm sure I will. So stay tuned for a future webinar. So here is the anatomy of a mason jar salad. Here's sort of the way that makes it work. So at the bottom is where the dressing goes, okay? Then you put the hearty vegetables, so things like cucumbers, carrots, edamame, bell pepper, chickpeas, tomatoes, any kind of cooked meats, and cooked pastas. And then you go up some lighter vegetables, things that are a little more fragile and that would get a little icky with the dressing. Things like red onion, green onion, peas, chopped egg, mushrooms, cheese. Then come your greens. I like to use baby spinach, but you can use romaine. Any kind of green would be fine. And then on the top, I would put sometimes sunflower seeds. If you're going to do croutons or nuts, sometimes you want to keep those in baggies to keep them safe and so they don't get soggy. So this is the question I get all the time. Jenn, does it really stay fresh? How does this possibly stay fresh? I swear to you, it stays 100% fresh because when you seal the mason jar, it creates an airtight seal. So everything is packed in there very nicely, and everything stays put. So there is no mixture of the dressing up with the greens or up with the vegetables until you actually go to eat it. So since everything is segregated, it keeps it incredibly fresh. And when you open your mason jar, it literally pops. It makes a popping noise. So that just tells you exactly how fresh it is. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second. Another question that I get very frequently is what kind of mason jars do I buy? So these are the mason jars I use. They are the quart size. The important thing is you want to get wide mouth because that's going to make your life a lot easier when you go to make these things. So wide mouth, quart size, okay? That's the important thing. You can get them at all your local retailers. I've gotten them at Target, at Walmart. They usually come in either a 6-pack or a 12-pack. I would get at least a 6-pack. I would go for the 12-pack. It's only a few dollars more because if you're going to be making them for lunch and breakfast, if you want to do the oats and you want to do the salads, you're going to need at least 10 of them. So definitely the 12-pack is the way to go. And like I said, easy to find. So that's number one. That's where you get them. So you bring them home, you wash them, you dry them. They're ready for your first usage. So I'm going to show you, what I'm going to do is show you a few recipes first, a couple different things you can put in them, and then I'm actually going to assemble one right in front of you to show you how I do it, okay? Okay. All right, so you can literally make any kind of salad in a mason jar. It's really awesome. I've made chicken salad, egg salad, tuna salad. caprese salad, regular salads. You can follow recipes. You can make your own. It's really, really up to you. So here's one recipe rather. So this one is a layered salad. So this one has a nice avocado lime salad dressing, some black beans, some cherry tomatoes, green peppers, quinoa, and some organic mixed greens. So it's really an awesome combination here. So what you do is you would make this, and then when you want to eat it, I usually just bring like a Tupperware bowl with me to work. I dump it right in the bowl, mix it up, and voila, you have a delicious, delicious lunch. This is one that I make very frequently, a chicken salad one. So we've got balsamic vinaigrette, which happens to be my favorite, some red onion, bell pepper, chopped mushrooms, tomatoes, some cubed chicken, and the mixed greens. This one is delicious. You can leave the onions out. Your coworkers might appreciate that, or pack some gum for after lunch. But this is a really, really yummy, yummy lunch. Two more favorites of mine. This is a good one. This is a burrito salad, which I like. And you make the dressing with Greek yogurt, sweet potato, use coconut oil, quinoa again, lime juice, cilantro, shredded cheese, chicken, and the lettuce on the top. So as you see, there's so many different varieties that literally there's something for everyone, which is awesome. And this is a really good one too. I've made one with shrimp. I haven't made this particular one, but now that I've found it, I definitely will. It's using a salsa as a dressing, which I love salsa. So when I found this last night, that's why this made the presentation. Then it's got some shrimp, which looks awesome. And then it's got, let's see what else. It looks like, it's some avocado and some lettuce and some lime. So you really have a nice mixture of things there. So let me show you how I do it. I use an assembly line, literally. So I'll tip this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have my mason jar. Now I'm making 5 or 6 of these at a time, or if my husband's having them that week, I can be making 10 at a time. So what I do is I literally line all the jars up that I'm making if we're all having the same salad. Then I take bowls. So I have my tomatoes and my green peppers in this one. And I've measured these out. I follow the 21-day fixed exchange food plan. So I've used my green container, because these are vegetables, to measure out everything for this salad. I have some chickpeas in here. I have some cucumbers. I've got some cubed chicken. And I've got some reduced fat feta cheese. And pretty much I've got every bowl in my kitchen on my table right now. My husband loves when I do this and I put it all in the sink to clean it. So here's what we do. For dressing, I like a nice light dressing. So I am a huge fan of balsamic vinaigrette and balsamic vinegar. This balsamic vinegar has 15 calories. So you really can't go wrong here. This one is just a white balsamic vinegar, which I really love. So I put 2 tablespoons of that into the bottom of the mason jar, which pretty much just fills up the bottom. And after you've made so many of these as I have, you can kind of eyeball the dressing. So I've got my dressing in there now. Okay. Next, I'm going to put in my hearty vegetables, which are my tomatoes and my green peppers. So I'm going to pour those in. All right. So now, as you can see, those are definitely touching the dressing, but it doesn't matter because those are hearty vegetables, so they're not going to be impacted or get soggy by the dressing. Actually, the tomatoes taste really good when they've been marinating in the dressing all week long. Then I'm going to add in some chickpeas. I love chickpeas. I'll throw those in there. Followed by a few cucumbers. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to add before the baby spinach is my cubed chicken. So I'm going to put that in there. So here is what I have so far. Take a peek. As you can see, I'm really filling up this jar. So then I take my baby spinach. I use organic baby spinach. And basically, I use 1.5 to 2 cups. As you see, I don't have that much room left in there, so that's fine. 1 and 1.5 cups is really all you're going to need to really fill up your mason jar. So I'm gonna shove that in there, press it down, because you really want to squeeze out any extra air that's lurking. And then on the top, I just like to put a spoonful of the reduced fat feta. It just gives it a nice little flavor. Put the cap on there. And that's it. Then I put my cap on. And voila, I have my mason jar salad ready to go, okay? And, you know, this is the one I made earlier. They're all kind of similar. I follow the same assembly line method for all of them. So that way, you know, everything comes out good. There's no sogginess. And it tastes delicious, which is fantastic. Having everything laid out at once, when I do that, you can really I can make 10 salads in 15 to 20 minutes, including like the chopping and the cleaning and the washing and all that. Where can you possibly make 10 lunches in that amount of time? This is why I love mason jar salads. So something with salads that I really want to warn you about, and I'm going to share the screen here, a place where you can really think, oh, I'm having a salad, this is a great lunch. A place where you can really get into trouble is the dressings. So you have to watch out for high calorie dressings. So I recommend that you make your own or really research the ones on the market to make sure you are making a good choice. Like I said, I like to use the balsamic, the white balsamic or regular balsamic, sometimes with a tad bit of olive oil, or sometimes just not, just plain. But here are some recipes that you can make that are super easy. This is a recipe where it just uses olive oil, apple cider vinegar, some garlic, some thyme, some lemon, some orange, and some salt and pepper. Like super easy. If you don't have time to make dressing, I definitely think the Simply dressing is it's a good dressing. They have a champagne one that's really good. They have a vinaigrette one that's really good. Their balsamic one is really good. So that is definitely a purchased version that is on the healthier side, which is good. You're not gonna, really destroy your lunch by having that. Some of these dressings are so heavy and so filled with calories that it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a salad. But that's a good option. Here's another one you can make, a basil dressing. It's got some basil, some crushed garlic, some lemon juice, olive oil, some red chili flakes, so it has a little bit of a kick to it, and salt and pepper. Another really delicious dressing. And you can make a whole big thing of it and then, use it for the 10 salads. So it's really not going to take a tremendous amount of time. Here's another one. I love making dressings with avocado. That is a really yummy dressing. It's very creamy, which I love. And this one's a cilantro lemon vinaigrette, which again, lemon, I love. So these are really good options. And all of these recipes are pinned on that Pinterest board that I showed you in the beginning of the presentation. So you can get copies of, I'm gonna also share this recording with you so you have the copy of that. But every one of these recipes is pinned on my Pinterest board, so you will be able to find it. So that's how you make mason jar salads. So recently I also found out about these overnight oats. I was seeing everybody posting on Facebook about overnight oats. I was like, well, what is this? I have to get on this bandwagon. It looks really easy. I love my mason jar salads, so let me check this out. Let me see if I like this. So I'm glad I did, because I definitely do. So you use the same mason jars, but the way you make it is a little bit different. So with mason jar salad, you're really focusing on keeping everything separate and in layers so that it preserves the freshness of it. With the overnight oats, you're going to be mixing everything and putting it into the mason jar so that it can all, form together so that by the morning it's ready to be eaten and it's really good. So I included a couple of very simple recipes because some of them get a little complex. This is just a real basic one where you use the roll-stilled oats, some liquid. I use almond milk and chia seeds in this one. The strawberry overnight oats, you use the oats, flaxseed milk, vanilla extract, strawberries, and maple syrup. That's a really yummy one. And the blueberry overnight oats I really like, and the banana bread overnight oats. Another really good one. These are great for breakfast. These are great for lunch. So, you can really make it however you like, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you how I prep an overnight oats one. So I am going to unshare the screen. Okay, so this one's a little different. I take my mixing bowl, and in my mixing bowl, hold on, I've got the recipe up here. Okay, so you use half of the amount of the oats as compared to the liquid. So I'm using half a cup of my milk. So I have my unsweetened vanilla almond milk here. I'm going to use half a cup. And I'm going to put that into my mixing bowl here. And then I'm going to take, these are the oats I use. I use Red Mill gluten-free quick cooking oats. Okay, I've used these and they comes out really good. So I use a quarter cup of the oats. I'll put that in there. Okay, and for this recipe, it calls for pure vanilla extract. And I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon, so just a little bit. And then for a little bit of sweetness, it calls for some maple syrup. So you put 2 teaspoons. And these, both the mason jar salads and the overnight oats, can work into any kind of eating plan, no matter what you're following. If you're following a Beachbody program, if you're following Weight Watchers, whatever you're following, this will work with your program because it's just clean eating. It's just healthy recipes. Now, in my jar, I already have my strawberries cut. And again, I am following the 21-day fix extreme, so I use my purple container for my strawberries. And I'm going to pour in my mixture that I just mixed up. And then once I put it in there, I give it another shake so that it mixes up with the fruit that's already in there. So here's what it looks like as it's going into the fridge. I know it doesn't look very appetizing right now, but I promise you, by tomorrow morning, it's going to be ready to eat and it's going to be delicious. So with this too, I scoop it out of here, I put it into a bowl, and voila, I have breakfast, which is awesome. These are great for crazy mornings. You know, sometimes I'll bring this as my snack to work, like my morning snack. So I'll have my Shakeology in the morning, go to work, I'll bring my jar, I'll have my oats for a snack, and then I have my mason jar salad for lunch, and I'm good for the day. So and it's funny, a bunch of the girls at work have gotten into the mason jar salads. So now you go into our staff room and you open up the refrigerator and there's jars all over the place. So hey, people know a good thing when they see them, right? So so that's how it's different to make the overnight oats jars as compared to the mason jar salads, because you really want to mix it up. If you do not mix it up, it will not taste good. It'll be a little icky when it comes out. So if you want to, you can contact me by emailing me at Jennholdmanfitness@gmail.com. You can like my Facebook page for daily tips and recipes, which is www.facebook.com/Team Holdman. And to be added to my free healthy recipe group, friend me and PM me asking to be added, and that's my Facebook page. And once again, don't forget to follow me on Pinterest so that way you can have access to all of those great recipes in the mason jars. So without further ado, I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions. I know I have people on the phone. If you have any questions, just unmute yourself. Any questions, guys? Okay. If you think of any questions after the fact, you can always message me, email me. I'll be happy to answer them because chances are if you have the question, I guarantee someone else did too. I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time to spend some time with me tonight. And I hope that you enjoy your mason salad. I want you to make one in the next week or two. And what I challenge you to do, what I would actually love for you to do, is post a picture of what you made and tag me in it, because I would really love to see what you made. Because, hey, you might give me a good idea of a salad or an overnight oat recipe to make. So feel free to tag me in your salad post. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope that you enjoy making them as much as I do. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you at one of my future webinars later in the month. All right, guys, have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.